Well, Christ-Psychosis is a really bad illness, and it's affected the whole country. This is the problem today. It's basically between the mentally healthy, known as atheist, in other words, no believe in fairy tales, distinguishing between fantasy and reality, and the people that are with this, the religious psychotics, especially Christ-Psychotics, which are, you know, they have this form of schizophrenia. Is terrible, it's devastating. But there is a revolt nowadays going on in the United States. People start realizing this religious, this schizophrenic people, these Christ-Psychotics, they must be treated. These people must be put, especially the leadership of the country. The war in Iraq is a perfect example. When people, you know, don't face reality, they believe in these invisible friends. It's very, very bad. Here is an example of Christ-Psychosis in 1860s by the Methodist minister, a colonel that hated the heathen natives. That was the Sand Creek Massacre. This is what this fine Methodist Christ-Psychotic minister, Colonel Chivington, was so proud of. You know, destroying these people, these Native Americans, basically because they're inferior. According to Christians, they're heretics. They have to be converted, and they have to be wiped out so there's more room for the Christ-Psychotics, the whites, you know. This is happening in the KKK and the white supremacist groups. They are all Christ-Psychotics. They believe in this invisible friend in the sky, this Christ, which is, of course, never existed. In 1978, we have Christ-Psychotic Jim Jones. And this is only citing, you know, a couple examples, a few examples. I mean, there's thousands of them. It's devastating. And Jim Jones, you know, 900 people killed because they believe, they have faith, and faith is inversely proportional to knowledge and information. It's gullibility. It's a sickness of the brain. It's like a schizophrenia. Delusions are accepted as reality.
My body. They see Christ in me, a hope of glory.
It doesn't make sense to you.
Since the vast majority of Americans, about 85% or so, believe in this invisible friend, Jesus, they are infected with Christ-Psychosis. They're very ignorant. The vast majority of Americans, they don't know that much about geography. They never live the country. They don't know about other countries, or it's very, very bad. And that induces belief in the unusual, believe in the irrational, like religious beliefs, religious psychosis. And some people are very intelligent. They still believe in this. They definitely suffer from this form of schizophrenia. Devastating. Therefore, look at who got elected. This man is very, very ignorant and retarded and suffers from this devastating illness. That's the reason he's so ignorant. But he's very stubborn because he believes in the invisible.
And Republican nominee George W. Bush has stressed his faith throughout the campaign. He recently proclaimed June 10th to be Jesus Day in Texas, a move criticized by some. Bush also talked about the importance of Jesus during a debate with his opponents in the Republican primary.
What political philosopher or thinker do you most identify with, and why?
Christ, because he changed my heart.
I think that the viewer would like to know more on how he's changed your heart.
Well, if they don't know, it's going to be hard to explain. When you turn your heart and your life over to Christ, when you accept Christ as a Savior, it changes your heart and changes your life.
Accepting an imaginary friend as real, sorry, but it is a schizophrenia. It's a delusion induced, and our our leader is a schizophrenic. And shame on the neurologists in the United States. They don't speak out. They don't say we have a nut at the control. The same thing with Cheney. The same thing with the other. Condoleezza Rice. All these people are delusional people. They're infected. They're Christ-psychotic, and they're leading the country. They're going to take us into, it's going to be a chaos. And this is the problem that we have right now experiencing.
In church and home, in their consciousness, not on the campaign trail.
In a letter to Lieberman, League Director Foxman wrote to even suggest that one cannot be a moral person without being a religious person is an affront to many highly ethical citizens. The League also wrote that using language such as this risks alienating the American people. The First Amendment requires that government neither support one religion over another, nor the religious over the non-religious.
Religious psychosis, as this form of schizophrenia, has many strains. We have Islam psychosis, Jewish psychosis, which Lieberman clearly shows. He's infected. He's a full-blown Jewish psychosis. And Bin Laden is no different than Bush. The same thing. One is as insane as the other. They believe in invisible friends of different colors, of different type of invisible friends. And that's devastating for us sane people in this country, or also known as atheists. We most complain to the neurologists. Where are the neurologists in the United States? Stand up to this crazy people that really need to be put in mental institution before they destroy the whole country. They destroy all of us. Let's start with the United States. Let's cure Christ-Psychosis. At least put these people where they belong, so they can be helped.
It is a question mankind has explored now for centuries. Tonight, a professor in New Orleans says he can prove God exists.
Can we revisit your words once again? Because you very carefully use the words real believers and believers. Let's listen one more time to what you had to say.
Look at this. Isn't it moronic?
As for the one Mormon running for office, those that really believe in God will defeat him anyway, so don't worry about that. That's a temporary.
You mean the schizophrenic? The Christ-psychotic?
I spoke with Christopher Hitchens, who happened to be in the hallway upstairs before he went on the air. And
Come on, Paula.
When you were saying those who really believe, he thinks you were making a distinction between Mormons and other Christians, and somehow conveying that Mormons are lesser.
Hey, woman. Mormons are Christians. What kind of an ignorant idiots are these people?
Hello, calling neurologists all over the United States. Where are these idiots at? Are hiding? Are they afraid? Why didn't the retards come over and put these people where they belong, in mental institutions? Infected with Christ-Psychosis. Christ-Psychosis is devastating. Bush should not be impeached. The poor man is sick. He should be committed. Put in a place so they can actually help his brain, help him cure him, along with Andrea Yates, perhaps. She's also infected with Christ-psychotics.